Welcome to Business Engineering, and thank you for joining us. This is the fourth presentation in our Intro to Business series. This presentation furthers the high-level understanding of business by exploring a view as to how businesses work. Let's check it out. Business engineering tackles complex management, technology, and business topics. We are unique in that we provide analysis and meaning by leveraging executive experience, evidence-based research, and doctoral-level academics to give you working knowledge to improve your business. The key points we will explore in this presentation, known as our research questions, will center on identifying if there is a simplistic, common way to illustrate and describe how businesses work, what are the typical elements and functions of most businesses, the manners as to how those functions may interrelate, and what may be a typical high-level workflow across most businesses. Let's start by developing a common understanding and review what is a business. A business can be defined as an organization or enterprising entity that is engaged in commercial, industrial, or professional activities. Businesses are often associated with aspects of research, design and development, production, and distribution of goods and/or services. Businesses generally deliver their product, which can be goods and/or services, in exchange for a fee. Let's introduce a term and a concept new into this series, the business model. A business model can be defined as a company's high-level plan for making a profit. Taking the definition down one layer, it can be considered as a design for the successful operation of a business, identifying such things as the business's unique value proposition, initial funding sources, the targeted customer base, plan for its products and service offerings, estimate of market share and anticipated revenue sources, and finally, the financial and profitability expectations. One way to envision basic business modeling is to consider that of a cash-to-cash model. The process starts with that of a business opportunity, where a problem needs solved or there is a market need which needs to be served. The business owner or owners or entrepreneurs amass a small pile of cash, perhaps from savings, family, investors, or personal loans. They then use that cash to design things, buy parts, build things, and eventually earn more cash by marketing and selling those things at a profit. Then they do it again repeatedly. If we connect these steps into a process and represent it in a flowchart, it can be seen that this business model can be represented as a system. Let's now explore systems further, as they will serve to form the foundation of our next level of discussion. What is a system? First, let's define a function, as it is a component or a building block of a system. A function can be defined as a thing which has a specific purpose or activity for which it exists. Going further, a system can be defined as a regularly interacting or interdependent group of functions, items, or elements forming a unified whole to deliver an outcome serving a common purpose. Now, let's consider two interrelated systems. Similar to what was shown in the cash-to-cash business model, a single business entity can be modeled as a series of steps, functions, and elements which comprises its operation. The single business entity is standalone. It takes in orders and delivers its product or services by leveraging resources such as suppliers, infrastructure, people, and capital. However, to optimally understand a business and a business model, it is important to understand the greater system which exists outside the four walls of the business. There is a higher-order business system which most businesses serve as a component. This higher-order system is called the supply chain. The supply chain can be defined as a network of providers linked together between a firm, its suppliers, and the end customer to produce and distribute a specific product or service. Let's now explore the top-level system, that of the supply chain. Outside the four walls of a singular company is the network of providers which enable that firm to do business. These entities often include raw material sources, refineries, foundries, manufacturers, producers, warehouses, distributors, transportation, retail partners, finance partners, insurers, and much more. Let us create an example of the supply chain. If we consider the assembly and integration process of a conventional automobile, it has a high concentration of parts, which are from steel, iron, aluminum, petrochemical, and other minerals. This example follows the supply chain from the raw material mined from the earth into refinement, conversion to substances, formed into parts such as body panels, plastic parts, hardwares, and tires. Those parts and subassemblies are integrated into a fully assembled automobile, shipped to a dealership, and sold to an end customer. That end customer will continue to utilize the dealership and other service providers, such as fuel stations and car washes, to operate and maintain that vehicle. Eventually, the automobile will be taken out of service and likely scrapped for parts and materials. This is the overall product life cycle, which likely has dozens, if not hundreds, of individual companies operating in a chain or a fabric to design, develop, create, produce, support, operate, and dispose of that automobile. Let's now explore the business process, functions, and workflow inside the four walls of a firm. If we generalize the top-level business functions of a firm, a company must perform four main functions: create, sell, deliver, and care. Create refers to the process of performing research, design, and development. Sell refers to marketing to the sales channels as well as to the end consumers. Deliver refers to the supply chain process of sourcing, procurement, production, and delivery of goods and/or services. And care refers to the ongoing support provided to the customer. Typifying the business as a system. If we expand those four high-level functions of create, sell, deliver, and care, there emerge about 10 main company functions which are interrelated. Let's explore these. Starting with the create process. In box number 1, the process begins. The firm must perform strategic business planning. This step defines or refines the business model, as discussed earlier, and results in a product roadmap, near-term plans, such as for the current fiscal year, along with an operating budget, which is a pre-approved spending plan, as long as the general business expectations are being met. The output of box 1, the strategic plan and its deliverables, feed box number 2 and box number 3. Box number 2 is that of product development. This is the process where products and/or services are fully developed and ready for repeat production. In many cases, this follows a project management model. Moving to the sell process. The output of box 1 feeds box number 3, which is tactical marketing. The job of tactical marketing is to spread the word to potential customers and have that customer identify themselves as interested. The deliverable of box number 3 could be considered that of a sales lead or a sales opportunity. The next step is box number 4, which ignites the sales organization, and they proceed through a process of contact, qualify, understand, propose, negotiate, and close. In some cases, the sales process relies upon box 5 to offer demos, product trials, or promotions to further stimulate a customer's interest. Presuming the sales organization is successful, the deliverable out of box 4 is a formal sales order or a contract which serves as a customer commitment to purchase and pay. Moving to the deliver process. The output of box 4 serves as the input to box 6. This is the chain of events very interrelated to the external supply chain, which estimates and appropriates the necessary materials and resources to produce the product and fulfill the order. In some cases, the product requires further handling to complete that order. This may be on-site delivery, installation work, or related deployment activities to bring the order to completion. Once the order is fulfilled, installed, commissioned, and complete, the job of box 7 is complete. The final step of box 7 is to activate and initiate regular ongoing customer support. Moving to the care process. With the order now complete and ongoing support initiated, the company enters a phase of caring for the customer's related needs, often to ensure the customer may refer them to other customers or simply purchase again. The care activities may be as simple as warranty or training or other customer service. Those care functions may also extend to incentives for future offerings to support business expansion. Finally, there is a 10th box, which functions underneath all of the other 9 described functions. That is often termed as G&A, or General and Administrative. It encompasses the company's management, finance, legal, HR, IT, facilities, and other administrative functions which support the overall business. In summary, that process and those 10 functions typify the internal business operations and process and functions of many companies. In closing, this presentation has explored and addressed the research questions of how businesses work. We identified their typical elements and functions, provided insight as to how the functions work together, and presented a generalized high-level workflow. In addition to answering the research questions, we have introduced the basic concept of the business model, which will be covered extensively in future presentations, typified the business operations as a system showing its internal operation and that of the external process known as the supply chain. We hope you have enjoyed this content and it has reinforced your understanding of business basics. Your comments and suggestions for additional topics are welcome. Join us again soon. Thank you.